Who is 89?
From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts
He
jobs
has
from
been,
the
yep.
criminal underworld for substantial rewards. His code name is Falco.
Yep.
Falco?
Correct.
We found out that in the information from the other timeline. Okay. What's 89's name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan.
What's the relationship between So and 89?
Unknown. You would have to ask Mr. Sajima for that information.
And
Number
who's...
89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
He did. But that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Unknown.
He does.
In all honesty, I have no idea.
I know. And yes, he does.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
I think we need
No,
to.
We don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be
Okay.
brought to Abyss.
That works
Roger.
too.
I heard there was no body found at the cold storage warehouse. Isn't your investigation over?
No, only of Iris. There's still the original murder.
Iba, look! A merman!
So is a wealthy politician. It is no surprise to me that he has a merman.
You think there's a
Wait,
merman?
a merman?
Yeah.
Oh, hey everybody! I'm a merman.
I heard a strange voice just now. Could it be?
Speaking of gardens, what kind do you prefer?
I like a well-manicured lawn. But some bushes aren't bad either. I mean, what?
Date? About Iris.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
I knew he was lying.
We know
This
he's
proves-
lying.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying. After all, Iris was not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What
That's
are you
quite
hiding
possible.
so?
Why did you call Shoko?
You are beginning to irritate me.
What did you want to talk to her about? What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant.
Why were you at the warehouse?
I told you I will not answer that question.
Why not?
And why not? We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
It appears that he will not respond.
About 89.
Number 89? Who is that?
An inmate at Fuchu prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
I don't know anything about that. He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention.
Yeah, I don't really believe that.
If you need information, you can ask her. I can't help you.
Okay, we should ask her.
Haven't you people got enough? I'm very busy, excuse me.
Where is she for us to ask?
Actually, I do have one more thing to tell you. To be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you. I don't ever want to see you again.
The
So I
feeling's
suggest
mutual.
that you don't show your face here anymore.
I don't like you either.
It's what's best for both of us. Understand?
So walked away sternly.
Who does this guy think he is?
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing. Any higher could kill you. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
Why can't we talk to his secretary? He did give us permission to. Marble?
You need more info on Ren? I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
I see.
Well, that's our time here done, isn't it? That's all we came for. There's a poster on the wall. Taxi drives her. What is this? It looks like a poster for something. What?
Hey, Mama. What's with the pizza, fish, and chips?
People used to call me that on the internet all the time. Guess it's stuck.
Pizza, fish, and chips. Ah, I see. Piece of fucking shit.
What?
This, however, appears to be a simple Italian pizza with fish and french fries.
I don't really think that sounds good.
You're so cold, Mama.
Hey, I'm over here.
It's always the same music from the radio.
Care to watch some riveting videos with balls and holes?
Sorry,
Talking
I
about
don't play
golf? Yeah.
Hey, Date. You know what I say when I turn into a drunk devil?
Dev Ale.
There we go. About Renju.
You know about Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Maybe now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that, Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
First time I'm hearing that much
Hey,
about it.
Date. Have you ever seen a dead body?
I remember Renji saying that to me after he and I went through a bottle.
You're a policeman. I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets. So, how about it?
I didn't answer. I turned the question around on him.
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah. Not just one. Countless bodies. When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job. You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams. I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras. It was an easy job. Eventually, I became friends with the higher-ups. They started taking me with them on jobs.
What jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family. Elderly folk who owned a lot of land, you know? They live every day in loneliness and desperation. You just have to be nice to them. That's all it takes. Guys would get to know the old people and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk. Throw them in the tub full of hot water.
An
They pass.
adoption process?
Heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The police almost never investigated. It always looked natural, like they died of old age. So the adopted gang members would inherit the land. Then we sell it and make massive profits. I watched a lot of people get killed like that. And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth. So I... Why am I telling you all this? Are you going to arrest me?
I took a sip from my glass. I didn't say anything for a while.
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout. But still... Date,
Tears fell to the counter, unending. We didn't say another word until the ice in the glass had melted to nothing. That'll end the conversations. About 89.
Oh, Falco?
You know him?
him?
I know him as a famous assassin in the underworld. Just rumors, though, nothing specific.
What kind of rumors?
He's good. 100% success rate, no evidence. He was a world-class killer.
Did you ever meet him?
Nope. I don't even know what he looks like.
Any other info?
I know he's connected to the Kumakuras somehow.
Then
Yep.
again.
That's about it.
It definitely was. How's it going?
Well, I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
I
do
think I
not know
do,
what she
and no.
means. Perhaps you should take her up on her offer.
No.
Absolutely not.
Good Date. Why are you always brushing that fish?
I find it calming.
Why is that?
Don't ask me.
I don't have anything else for you. Sorry I'm not much help.
No, don't worry about it.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who was good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight. If you ask him, he might have some information for you.
Tonight?
Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Maybe we should come back at night. Sagan residence. I really do think we need to ask Iris what happened that night.
I apologize for yesterday. I arrived uninvited.
She was at
No, I'm grateful.
Lemniscate, wasn't
Thanks to
she?
you, Mizuki has her voice back.
No, I didn't do anything.
This is this is Iris's mum. There are pineapples growing in the corner. That's what I thought anyway. But then I realized it was just a plant. What? Why would you think there was pineapples in the corner? How to handle a monster parent? What?
I've been wondering about that picture.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes,
And who's on the right?
the man I was dating at the time. It was only for 3 months, but I met him about 6 years ago. Have you been to the Kume Shrine in the Minato district? I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice. Well, more like
Yeah.
a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach.
He was
I
89.
took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then he kissed me. I was shocked, but when I stared into his eyes, then I heard footsteps, and then a bunch of men yelling. They were looking for him. When the voices
Yep.
and footsteps faded, he let me go. Don't call an ambulance, and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
You took him to a mob doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once.
And that's... No, that was... That would have been while Falco was working for the Kumakuras.
Even though we had our first kiss seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together. The first time I took his arm was when we went to a haunted house in an amusement park. But I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung onto my arm. He had that cute side to him. And I was falling in love. Our second kiss was in the car. It's cliché, I know, but we drove around at night, looking at all the lights. We parked our car near a warehouse and kissed. I don't think we ever said I love you, but we both knew. We were getting closer and closer. I introduced him to Iris about a month after I first met him. Iris never had a father figure in her life before. She warmed up to him immediately and treated him like a real dad. From then on, it was always the three of us together. We would go to the beach, to the river, the zoo, the amusement park. Going to barbecues with another person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every day was so exciting. Oh, sorry. You asked about the picture. He wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with the hot plate. It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head. Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed. I hadn't seen her laugh like that in a long time. I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads too. Plop, plop.
And that's
I
what
added
that
the
picture
bonito
is.
flakes and mayo and sauce. At this point, there was no going back. Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight. After our battle, we laughed like crazy. We were rolling around on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it. It's nostalgic.
Yeah, I know what that's like, Pickles. It's so annoying being in channels and you're having to watch all the ads every so often.
But those days didn't last. 6 years ago, in November, a man with a gun broke into our house.
Man with a
Fortunately,
gun.
Iris wasn't home at the time, but my boyfriend was.
Maybe
That's why the gunman
Kumakuras.
came. He wanted to kill him.
Yeah,
He wanted to kill him and he would never stop.
yeah,
He pulled the
Kumakoru.
trigger. I tried to protect him. The
There
bullet
it
hit
is.
me, but the police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime. I don't know the details, but it was awful. So he became a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
Because he refused to kill you. And Iris.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
I had heard that that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh. That's not true. I lied about it at the time, because of Mizuki. Mizuki is Iris's friend. If she found out, Iris would find out too. I didn't want Iris to know.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
Then how did you explain when he went to prison?
Date, a riddle.
Another
A
one.
man-eating alligator lives in a river. There are no bridges or boats. How do you cross?
Well, let's see. You jump across?
Wrong. The solution is simple. You just swim across.
But what about the man-eating alligator?
You're a
He's at
woman?
a convention out of town.
What?
He
What
isn't
the-
in the river.
Really? I think that's some important information you need to give. But then it's easy to answer. Was there something else over here? No. Think I've got everything. Where's Renju?
You asked me that yesterday.
There's no point in hiding it. I told her about Renju's disappearance.
Right from the hospital? I'm sorry. I have no idea.
It's Monday. Isn't it a school day?
Today's a holiday. I suppose there's never a day off for a detective. Oh, but you aren't a detective, right?
Technically, yes. But I still deal with crime.
I see. Today is a holiday.
You forgot too, didn't you?
What's the holiday? About Iris.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that. But Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me. I remember, one time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me. Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy!" I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me.
What about your parents?
They died when I was 17. I was an orphan, and my relatives lived far away. They might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school. It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
About Iris.
It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, There was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such. She loved singing and dancing, even as a kid. Whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers. And she did it at the show, too. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and tried to get her to sit, but before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited. Even I was dancing by the end of it. When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face. Mama, you're a good dancer. That's the kind of girl she was.
Was?
Whenever she sees someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping, even at convenience stores. When their little chime played, she would start dancing. It almost got her into trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music out the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing, but she lost her balance and fell.
Oh,
She fractured her leg pretty badly. It was on a Sunday, and
damn.
it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town. I could still hear her crying. Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance? She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. No, that's not true. There was one other time.
What was the other time?
6 years ago, I was the victim of a shooting.
Yeah.
After the surgery, Iris came in running, and she was sobbing.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die!
I had a feeling it had to be this time.
Mommy! Don't die!
I swore to myself then that I would protect her, no matter what. Iris is everything to me, more important than my own life.
Date, we can't spend time reminiscing. We have to get moving.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, she didn't give us any important information, but it was backstory for her. Lemniscate. Now to talk to Iris.
I am so aggro right now!
Who says that?
Why are you angry?
You backed out on your Shovel Forge promise.
I didn't make any promises.
You promised me a date, though.
I did go to your house.
2 minutes before midnight, and you didn't even take me anywhere.
Yeah, because we only had 2 minutes.
We could have gone somewhere. Iturup, Kunashir, Shikotan, Habomai?
Absolutely not.
Then you should have come earlier.
Well,
But we got there and she said, "Oh, you're early. You're not supposed to be here till tomorrow." And then an hour later, she was kidnapped. And this is the first time we've seen her since. So that is a bit odd.
Like it? It's called Fisherman Shagging a Common Dandy.
No.
Date, look!
What
It's a
animal, what
Terraphila
creature
camelophilia.
this time?
Look, yay! Yay!
What bug, I should say.
Go Terraphila camelophilia!
And what is that? Iber gets awfully excited about insects.
I should lose some weight.
I didn't say so fat.